You learn something almost every day hosting the country. Here's a new one for me, a lamb draft happening on Waiheke Island. And I thought the only thing there was running around were rich Aucklanders. Well, let's find out more about it, because this man, our next guest on the country, Brad Osborne, who's the area livestock manager for PGG Wrightson for South Auckland's, heading over to Waiheke tomorrow to draft some lambs. Good afternoon, Brad. That'll be an interesting exercise.
Good afternoon, Jamie. Thank you. There's still plenty of ewes and breeding cows on Waiheke, believe it or not.
You'll be travelling across on the ferry with all Winston's mates and their gold cards. You mightn't be able to get a seat.
No, I just stay in my car, to be honest with you, Jamie. It's a safer place to be.
OK, well, let's move on from Waiheke Island and take a more serious look at things. Your area, South Auckland, has been smashed by the floods and the weather. How's the recovery going?
Recovery is a slow process, Jamie, as a lot of our farmers and our people in our area are getting out and assessing the damage. It's been widely spread. We've seen some significant loss in land. We've seen fence lines blowing out, and we've even had a loss of life. One of our clients got swept away. So it's been pretty traumatic in our area, Jamie, and to ascertain the damage is still ongoing, with a lot of roading being blocked off, so on and so forth. We had 300 mils in some parts over a 48-hour period, and the drainage just couldn't keep up. And the hills out there and the roading, everything just let go. It's been very, very tough.
Yeah, and the recovery is going to be slow and painful. Look, if there is a positive out of this, all this rain in the North Island, especially the top half of the North Island, is that drought is completely off the radar. There's more grass than you know what to do with, and we know that the one thing that drives store markets for cattle and for sheep is grass.
You're right, Jamie, and we're seeing some very buoyant prices through our sale yards and our paddock sales. The demand for yearling cattle is huge, and we're seeing some pretty good tallies coming through the sale yards and paddocks. However, the outlook for the next couple of weeks is looking pretty slow, with there's not a lot of cattle out there to be sold.
So Brad Osborne with us from PGG Wrightson, Area Livestock Manager for South Auckland. Let's go down to Cook Strait. Do lambs, and cattle for that matter, still cross the Cook Strait? And I'm thinking it's pretty dry down here. You've got grass for Africa up where you are. Will many be making the trip across on the ferry?
Yes, Jamie, I believe there will be a considerable amount of lambs heading north across the strait just to help us control this grass, because it's something we've never seen before. To have a metre of rainfall in the month of January in some parts is never heard of.
Hey, just one more final comment from you. This is an interesting one. Dairy cow empty rates are a concern. What do you put that down to?
Jamie, we had a lot of grass growth through those mating months, and we never had the sun, in my opinion. And we're seeing some pretty concerning rates just rearing their head at the moment. There's still some final scans to be done, but the early indications aren't good. However, we'll just get stuck in and we'll deal with it, and we'll try and get some cows into some of these people that are going to need a top-up. Hey,
Brad Osborne, good to chat to you from PGG Wrightson Livestock. Enjoy your ferry trip across to Waiheke tomorrow, and, get out of your car and go and have a cup of tea with Winston's lot.
I will.
See you later.
All right, thanks, Jamie.